to just crush this game together, start going 75-0. I'm excited. I hated this game when it first came out. I think they've done some good patchwork, and at the same time, I'm understanding the game better. It was a big learning curve trying to figure this game out. It plays very, very different, and I think it actually suits how we play extremely well.
Team deathmatch.
So, what I wanted to do is quickly run over a basic idea, so we get a basic understanding as to how we're trying to control this side, helicopter side of the map. Alright, so this is a good side to hold. I think this is probably the easier side to hold, at least right now. I feel that way. And as we play more, we'll figure out the best ways to do so. But let's quickly go over this. I'm not going to go over necessarily the breakout, but I'm going to kind of go over the basic concepts and ideas as to what I feel we need to do to successfully control this map. Because again, that's what we're trying to do. We're not campers per se. What we do is we control maps, and we control spawn points, and we make people want to quit. So, what we need to control when we're on the helicopter spawn side is this building here. Okay, so we can just call this green. Everything around here seems to be a different color. You got, you know, yellow shipping and receiving. We've got, you know, B and L. So we can call this green. Until we come up with a better name, this is green warehouse, right? And I realize it does say Cromwell on here, but it says Cromwell on a door over here, and I think, you know, this whole map's got Cromwell all over it. So there's another one right there. So this is going to be green warehouse. Smokestack. This is smokestack right here. Call this B and L, or left warehouse. So you got right and left warehouses. You got yellow building in the back by our spawn right here. You've got blue. Probably call this brick until we come up with a better name. But it's in our spawn, so you won't have it called out. Well, let's just call it EMS. EMS. So call it EMS, blue, green, B&L. Good to call this union, but we're going to call it smoke. Yellow, or shipping. And the final call out is, of course, number 4. We'll call this 4. Is that what I want to call it? I think 4 should work. 4 is written right on it, so makes good sense to call it that. Alright, so that's generally the callouts. Study those callouts, know them, and again, until we come out with better callouts for some of these spots, that's what we're calling it. As an overview, you got left, okay, this is going to be right, anything warehouse and to the right, and center is basically anything between the warehouses. So, that's the general callouts, left, right, middle, and we're controlling it based on those 3 lanes. And really, by controlling this green warehouse, we control the map. So, getting to this warehouse, controlling this warehouse, will effectively allow us to control this right side. Whether we're shooting them out of here, whether we're shooting them in their windows here, and on the rooftops, or further back, you know, in doorways. Figure out your spots. Okay, we're gonna figure these spots out and really own them and dial them in. But what I'm showing us today is generally what we're trying to accomplish. So, I guess I shouldn't jump down here. So we're gonna put 2 or 3, probably 3 guns on this right-hand side, because this is gonna be right in the front lines, hot and heavy. You know, stay alive sort of thing. And go from there. So we're going to control this warehouse. Don't let them in the warehouse. That's our mission if you're on this side. From there, by controlling this side, you can see obviously you got a good overview here of center. Let's not worry about the roofs so much right now, because these roofs will be covered by people in other positions. So they're going to be pretty much negated as useless. But by controlling, we can now shoot towards the middle and really cut off left side. So by cutting off the left side, which is this over here, scope, we keep them effectively out of this warehouse. So keeping them out of this warehouse is going to be big. Because once they get into these warehouses, people can be anywhere. They can be upstairs, they can be downstairs, they can go from left to right to middle. It just becomes a disaster. So controlling this right-hand side green warehouse, not letting them in, so using claymores and things like that as backups are going to be essential. Okay, so controlling the right-hand side, which again just means keeping people from jumping over this half wall, killing people on this roof, and as they come out of that side there. So they're really never going to get to this half wall if you're shooting them on the roof, and right there. So that's your job. 3 guns to do that. There should be no problem. And you can play it. I want a lot of guns up front, but there should also be some guns further back. You know, you could be way back here if you wanted. So that's that. And again. So then let's call 3 guns over on this side. So if we're going right, 3 guns over here to cover that position. And the reason for that is because you can quickly look left and center. And if you are dying on the right hand side, you got 2 more guns to fill those spots. Excuse me. Alright, so middle now is technically left as well. So if you go middle, your job is to look left, and you're cutting everyone out in this building. We're going to obviously have to break, have to clear these buildings, but we'll get to that eventually as to how exactly we're going to do so in future videos. For now, just general concepts of what I'm trying to do, what we're trying to hold as a team. Yeah, there's a number 3 on this, so we could even call yellow 3. I'm sure these are all labeled. Just gotta look hard enough, which would be super helpful and easy to call things out. So 3, 4. Actually, the back buildings are labeled smoke. Okay. So finally, we don't need to be way far back here necessarily, but this is not where I suggest anyone play. But there's a lot of really cool spots really far back here, and so long as you've got a good gun with good aim and the proper knockdown power, this position here effectively covers anybody that's going to make it up the roof and try to shoot anyone in the middle. You can cover it from a multitude of different ways. What's cool about playing it here is not only are you covering this spot if they get up on the roof, you can also cover right-hand, and anyone that makes it in the middle, you got a good eye on. Okay, you can see if they make it out these doors and things like that. So just keeping yourself available back here and being smart will allow you to cover basically right and upper middle, which is going to keep our center guys alive, obviously, and our right players alive because they don't need to worry about these rooftops. There's a million ways to do it. Yeah, you know, as a back player, your job is to, or we'll just call it blue player. Your job is to basically cover these roofs and keep them off of our guys that are in the middle of the map and on the right side. So really only one guy needs to do this, and that leaves 5 more guns to control green building or right side, and probably 2 more guns shooting out left. Alright, so, and if for whatever reason we're struggling with that idea, we can shift another guy potentially into left-hand warehouse, okay, or B&L, and get better angles in on that left-hand side to support these guys in the middle that are shooting left. Alright, so that's generally what we're going to do to control this map. I just wanted to go over a basic idea of what we're doing so that way we're all on the same page. Alright, remember the callouts, go over them, and if we have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below, because this is not going to get better if I'm the only one coming up with ideas. So let's grow as a team. Hopefully you guys all get a chance to watch this video. If you did, please leave a comment below so I know you watched it. And yeah, so thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully this clears things up a little bit, and we'll go from there.
Less than a minute!